Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Good morning, and thank you once again for waking up with the chase. I'm Troy LeCastro, alongside my co host, David Yarger.
How's it going this morning, Troy?
Good morning, David. How are you?
It's just a great morning here at Dave and Adams, isn't it?
It really is. I
Every day.
mean,
Every
were
day
you
is a
guys
beautiful day.
rocking out to that? Our chase song so far, pretty epic.
Honestly, you should have seen Troy before the show started. Like him and I were just air drumming, just total
Hitting that hi hat.
total rock band PlayStation 2 here on the set. So
Love, love Rock Band.
one of the best games of all time, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I know. And, we have a video game division here at David Adams. So you and I, maybe one day we'll have to go around the warehouse and kind of scour and see if we can find.
Yeah,
There's gotta be a rock band
there's
set
some,
up somewhere.
there's probably some classics in here. Let's just say
Yeah, 100%. And then what we'll do is we'll make sure that we take the TV. Maybe we'll do like a stream even where we're playing some rock band.
that that could work.
I think that would be great. Now, what instrument would you be?
So
And
I
mayonnaise is not an instrument.
Correct. Uh, I am big into the drums. When I was young, I would just torture my parents because I would be up late at night just playing the drums.
You're a drummer too?
Love the drums.
See, I've always been a big drum guy.
Hmm.
Always. My dad, from hanging out with him and being in the car, I am now a professional steering wheel drummer.
Yes,
Probably not something to admit, to be honest with you.
it's a classic dad move to do the air drums on the steering wheel.
Yeah, I'm growing up pretty fast, 20, 28 going on 58, let's say.
Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Oh,
My steering wheel. Exactly.
I can. You guys won't. I don't want you guys to hear me sing on this show.
No.
But what was I saying? We were talking about Rock Band there, and I lost my train of thought though. But we do have a great show ahead.
We do. We do indeed. Two great interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Looking
Yeah,
forward
really
to.
looking forward to both of those.
Hmm.
Jason Hickey, who is currently 1/3 of the owners of the triple logoman LeBron James from the Flawless Basketball. He'll be on a little later in the show to talk to us, kind of give us his reaction to pulling it. Obviously, what's going on right now. I think currently last time we looked at Golden,
1.7 million.
1.7 million.
And then we also got
Just a few
yeah,
bucks. Just a few bucks.
just a few, just a few. If I had $1 million,
If I had, I said we weren't gonna sing, and here we are.
here we
There's gonna be
go.
a lot of singing on the show, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest.
And then we also got Andy Broome of CSG. He's gonna come on and talk to us about a fake Tom Brady rookie card that was pulled. Um, that should be interesting because I'm interested to hear how they decipher what is a fake
Yeah,
card, how they caught it, and basically how often does something like that happen?
yeah. Same here as a what I would call a novice card collector. It's one of those things where I'm super curious what goes into that.
Yeah,
Because I feel like if I'm my naked eye, obviously, if I'm looking at a card, I'm like, oh, it's legit, right?
yeah.
I wouldn't think twice about it being fake. So I'm definitely looking forward to his insight of, what to look out for, what collectors should be looking out for.
Mhm. And additionally, we also had some breaking news that we'll talk to you about in a little bit here.
Right.
So
A magician never reveals his tricks up
correct,
front like that,
correct.
so we can't reveal the breaking news. But first in the show, what we want to get to is the new releases. Wednesday, obviously, a big new release day, so we want to make sure we get to that and tell you what's hitting shelves today. So first off is 2021 Panini Flawless Football. We gave you a little bit of information last week. All cards in Flawless, not last week, Monday. Jeez, we just started
Monday.
Monday.
It's been a
Well, at
long
least
week.
it's the second episode. At least we didn't get canceled. That's what I'm happy about, right? The red light went on again, so that's the best part. All cards in Flawless though, numbered to 25 or less. In the box, you're gonna get 10 cards total, 6 on-card autographs, 1 or 2 gem cards, and 2 to 3 memorabilia cards. And of course, we're looking for the RPAs of guys like Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, but the class obviously runs so much deeper than that. Next up is 2021-22 Panini Obsidian Soccer. Here we're going to have things like Real Madrid's going to be in there, Chelsea FC, France, Belgium, Italy, United States, you name it, your teams are going to be in there. Also look for players from the Premier League. That's obviously something very big. I know Premier League collectors are very passionate. We've got new parallels to Obsidian this year, and that's going to be Electric Etch. That's going to be the Neon Blue, which is numbered out of 12, the Neon Green, which is numbered out of 3. And then, of course, we have the case hits, which are the Color Blast, the Black Color Blast, just like the football, and then as well Contra. So we're going to get 4 autos or memorabilia cards, 1 parallel, and 1 insert or insert parallel in the box. So look out for that. Next up is we're sticking with soccer, UEFA Women's Champion League Chrome Soccer Hobby Box. First time in history that we're dropping this. By we're, I mean Topps, they're dropping it. Collect new and familiar inserts such as Future Stars and Goal Machines, and then we're going to look for 1 Chrome autograph per box.
Sweet.
Next one we got here is Panini Prism. This is the No Huddle box. So obviously the hobby version of this came out 2 weeks ago, I believe, at this point. This is going to be the No Huddle. You're going to get 18 rookies on average per box. Find 1 rookie variation No Huddle Prism per box on average, as well as 1 No Huddle Prism autograph, and 10 No Huddle Prisms. So you're going to get 4 silver and 6 numbered ones, and then 7 No Huddle Prism inserts. And last but not least, coming out today, I have a box here. I'll explain why in a second, but it is 2021-22 Upper Deck Series 2 hobby version here. 6 Young Guns per box. Obviously, look for the UD portraits. Look for the canvas cards, which could be the Young Gun canvases. We could be getting a Young Gun portrait. UD exclusive Young Guns. There's a lot to do in that box. A lot of collectibles. Usually if you're a hockey fan, this is the go-to, especially for rookies. It's the premier rookie thing to collect. The reason I have this here is because Dave and I will be doing a rip of this later on in the show.
Yep.
And we will have a giveaway for you guys, but we'll give you more information as the show rolls on.
All I can say is, boy, do we have a treat for you guys.
I'm looking forward to it, right?
So,
let's get into what's going on around the hobby. First off, we're calling this one At the Auction. Estimated to sell between $500,000 and $750,000. A pair of game-used Jordan sneakers sold for $378,000 on Christie's auction website yesterday. Now, these aren't just any game-used sneakers. Jordan wore these in the first 2 quarters of his second-to-last game as a member of the Bulls. Christie says the dual-signed Jordan Low 13 sneakers can be photo-matched to a scene in The Last Dance where Jordan is holding the pair in his hands while in the locker room and motivating his teammates. These Jordan Low 13s were also unreleased. So that was the only pair. These are the only pair in existence. They tell us that the ones that made its way to the public were light and lower than that of the Air Jordan 13 playoffs that were eventually released. Did you watch The Last Dance?
Yes. Yeah, we were talking about it in the last episode, too.
And it's amazing how it just comes back, right?
Exactly.
Well, it left such a lasting impact. I feel like it was such a great, especially during the pandemic. It was the height of the pandemic. It came out.
That was like the one thing I looked forward to during the pandemic. It's like every Sunday night I knew I was tuning into The Last Dance, and like get your popcorn ready. I was ready to watch The Last Dance every single Sunday night.
Oh my God, it was definitely one of those shows where I couldn't get enough. So it's like when one episode ended, I was like, really? I was like, I have to wait a whole another week for this.
They did very well with the cliffhangers. I will say that.
Yeah, and it's funny because I know this was surrounding Jordan and his legacy, but also his last season around the Bulls. But so many other good characters that we got to see in that as well.
I agree.
So
Rodman and Pippen, like we were talking about the other day, they were great characters too.
Absolutely. So next up too, this is what we like to call a callback. I mentioned that on Monday. So in the chat, in the Twitch chat, Wahoo's friend of the show, longtime friend of the show, he mentioned that Veer Mahan, current WWE superstar, was also a pitcher in the Pirates organization. So we dug a little deeper, did a little research. Sure enough, in 2008, after winning a pitching contest on a reality show called The $1 Million Arm, he became the first Indian to sign an American Major League contract. Unbelievable. He pitched in the minors as a lefty reliever, and he played in some other leagues globally, but that whole time he did still Pirates retained his rights and he was in that organization. He finally signed with WWE in 2018 and he was in their NXT prospects, kind of their farm system, and then got brought up. But here's the thing too, obviously we want to relate back to the hobby. Obviously doing some digging, we found out that actually Mahan, as Rinku Singh, his birth name,
right?
He's actually in 2009 Bowman products.
Wow.
So he's got a couple autos. I think we're going to show you that, but he's in Sterling, Chrome, and so you can't collect them, which is amazing. And if you fast forward now to 2022, he's in Panini WWE Prism, so you'll be looking for him and his autos and his parallels in those products as well. So we get to the part where we've got some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. For this, I'm going to toss it over to David. David, what did you find this morning?
So this morning, just, scrolling through some Instagram, somebody broke a 1/1 Black Finite Trevor Lawrence card.
Really?
Auto and everything. We just learned this morning, and the card was pulled by DT Card Hut on Instagram, and in a post revealing the pull, he said, "I'm at a loss of words. It's the biggest pull of my life to date. Yes, I peeked and I knew I got a Black Finite. Yes, I slow rolled to see it. It was a Jag. And yes, I peeked. There was a RC Shield, which means rookie card shield. But what I couldn't peek was that there is an auto to go along with it. Kaboom." So
I love
that's
the
big
tagline,
news.
Kaboom.
That's big news. So a Trevor Lawrence auto, Black Finite, 1/1 off the market. This is the fourth known Black Finite to appear of a rookie QB from last year's class in the 2021 Football Prism collection. The others being a 1/1 Trey Lance. There was another Trevor Lawrence rookie patch auto, 1/1, and a Mac Jones 1/1, which we will be talking more about on Friday.
Yeah, Friday we're going to have Chad and Johnny Stone, who actually pulled that non-auto Black 1/1 Finite Mac Jones out of Prism and sold it for a good chunk of change. So,
and don't forget, Prisms are available at dacardworld.com.
Yes, that's right. Make sure you are shopping dacardworld.com. We've got some Prisms, so been some fire pulls out of that so far. I know there's been a lot of heavy stuff there, but definitely still some good stuff in the product. I'm sure there's plenty of Black Finite 1/1s of different players to come from that. So before we get into anything else, I want to let you guys know that Steve, our breaker from the DACW Live Lounge, he's actually going to be in Cooperstown today. He'll be doing some baseball breaks, of course. That would be
Baseball
the correct theme.
Yep.
Right?
Makes sense.
That's going to start at 1 p.m. Eastern on the DA Card World Facebook page. So make sure you're tuning into that. I know, and if you go to dacardworld.com, go to the live breaks section, you'll be able to find the breaks that he's doing. I know some are sold out, some may have spots left, so definitely check that out on there. Get those sold out for Steve. He's a fun breaker, good to watch, very interactive. So looking forward to that.
Overall, a good guy.
Absolutely. All right. Yes, we do. All right. So, it is arguably the most valuable sports card of all time. So valuable that it had a music superstar chasing after it. He was in the hunt. We know who I'm talking about. I don't even think I have to name drop him, right? So, nonetheless, the LeBron James triple LOGOMAN that we mentioned earlier from the 2020-2021 Flawless Basketball ended up in the hands of three gentlemen following a break with Backyard Breaks. It then went off to PSA to get authenticated, and now is in the hands of Mr. Ken Golden himself. This morning, we are joined by 1/3 of the trio who currently own the triple LOGOMAN. That is Jason Hickey. Jason, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. There he is. Jason, how you doing? Good morning.
Hey guys, how are you?
Pretty good.
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you and I have been in talks since last week, so finally the wait is over. We finally got you here.
Awesome.
So first up, I want to ask you, tell me a little bit about your background in the hobby. Have you always been a collector?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, growing up, I was definitely a collector more on, the baseball and basketball side of the house. And then I would say, through high school and college, definitely took a break. And then, post-college, got back into it when I had some funds after getting, my first job, and definitely got back into it. But I would say, I really got back into it probably just a year before COVID. And then, with COVID, obviously there wasn't much to do. And that's when I really started getting more into the breaks aspect of it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Jason, nice to have you on the show. Just got to ask, do you like to rip yourself or do you often get into breaks?
I would say it's a little bit of both, right? I mean, I definitely go to, hobby shops, buy wax. Typically, I've gotten into the habit of now buying, 2 boxes, one to rip, one to hold, and then, definitely jump into the breaks that I see pretty regularly.
That's smart. See, you went from eating ramen noodles in college to putting one aside and then ripping one for yourself.
So true, man. It's crazy. Although back right out of college, I did buy a case of 96, 97 Topps Chrome basketball, and I was going to hold it. And if I had held that, that'd be a pretty penny right now. But I did not. I opened it.
That's all right. You know what? I think it's okay. It's trials and tribulations, and I think you're going to see a pretty penny coming up here soon. So you mentioned there that you bought 96, 97 basketball. So did you grow up a big basketball fan? Did you play yourself?
I did. I played, basically all growing up. I'm a diehard Knicks fan, although, my younger days, I was obsessed with, Magic, Larry, and MJ for sure. I mean, those were the guys that I was tuned into pretty often. And then, the Knicks haven't treated me well. Maybe, mid 90s they did, but other than that, it's been a struggle.
Yeah.
I feel you, Jason. I'm a Cavs fan, so I've had like 5 good years of life. So
There you go.
I gotta ask, how was this particular break structured for you?
Yeah, so it was a multi-sport break. Ultimately, 32 participants, right? And they had corresponding, football team to a basketball team. So in this particular case, when I bought in, I got 2 teams. I got the Tennessee Titans, and then I got the Cleveland Browns. And obviously they correlated to the appropriate NBA team. So I had the Grizzlies and the Cavs in this particular break.
Very interesting. Okay, yeah, I was wondering that. Now, I have to ask, was this your first crack at Flawless? Had you been in Flawless breaks before that, or was this, you're like, you know what? Let me try this out. Everybody else is doing it. Why not I?
Yeah, I definitely was in I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 other breaks prior to this that had Flawless. I've also participated in some other breaks that had, Flawless football as well as collegiate football as well.
No kidding.
Sweet, yeah. And I gotta ask, were you watching live? And if you were watching live, what was your reaction when you got that pull?
Yeah, I was home Friday night, so I was watching it live. I had one of the NBA games on in the background. I can't remember which one. My daughter was home with me. My wife and my son were out. And when it happened, man, I was pretty much in a state of shock. I kind of dropped my phone, asked myself a few times, is this real? And then ultimately started dropping some F-bombs. And that's when my 10-year-old daughter ran out of her room, asking if everything was okay. I normally don't, try and curse in front of her, but I told her everything was all good at that point.
I think between Troy and I, if we pulled something like that, we'd probably be dropping a few F-bombs as well.
Yeah, and then I would be thrown off the air, pretty easily.
Right. Exactly.
So, to relate to your 10-year-old daughter, this is a question we didn't have written down, but I'm just curious. So, now that she made sure you were okay and everything was out of the way, does she kind of have an idea of what's going on now with Dad's card?
I would say for her, she's kind of like, she loves basketball. She plays basketball. I coach her team. But as it relates to the card, she's kind of like, yeah, okay. Now my son, who's a freshman in high school, he knows what's going on, right? He's into cards. So, for him, I actually picked him and a couple of his buddies up later that night. And it just so happened that the backyard team called me while we were in the car. So he and all of his buddies were super pumped right when that call came in, kind of post that break. So he's well aware.
Oh, that's amazing. So yeah, that's a nice little father-son thing to do there.
For sure.
Last thing I wanted to get to here. I did a little dive on your Instagram. That's how I first reached out to you and we got to chatting. I see you're a bit of a shoe collector. So not only card collector, you're a shoe collector too. How did you kind of get into that? Where did that come about?
Yeah, honestly, I think it ties back to basketball in general. And, growing up with Michael Jordan, I was always obsessed with, having Jordans when I played. And, again, as I kind of, got set in my career and had a little bit extra spending money, I dove into sneakers pretty heavy a few years ago. I would say that, over time, I have sold a decent amount of my sneaker collection and have basically funneled that money into cards. But I still have, probably, I don't know, 40 pairs of dead stock sneakers that I haven't worn that I'll probably save for a long time.
It's that vicious cycle, isn't it?
It totally is, man. It's unbelievable. And even prior to that, when my son was growing up, he was really into Legos. And I started looking at the Lego market, and that was hot. So I bought, a ton of sets there, didn't open them, still have a bunch sitting in a storage facility as well. So it's, like you said, it seems to be one thing after the next.
A lot of collectibles, a lot of storage in the house, obviously.
It's luckily I had to move it outside the house, but yeah, the closets were getting pretty full.
I could only imagine. All right, Jason. Well, anything we missed? Anything you wanted to say before we let you go?
No, guys, really appreciate the opportunity, and I'd love to see you guys go bid, $3-4 million on that card. Why not?
Hey, you heard the man. Go ahead and run it up. Jason, will we see you at the National, I hope?
I will be there. Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Great. Come stop by the David Adams booth. We'd love to talk to you again.
Will do, guys. Thanks so much.
All right. Thanks.
Have a good one, Jason.
Take care.
You too. All right. There you go. So another person we've got Kunal and now Jason. We're going to see them both at the National.
Yeah, we're going to have some visitors at National, huh?
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, because, in the coming weeks, hopefully we'll have some more information about the National for you guys and what we've got planned. So very exciting.
Yeah.
Now, this card, I mean, nuts.
When he was talking about his reaction, dropping F-bombs and all that, being in shock, I literally was thinking, like, how would I react if I pulled something like that?
Yeah.
If I pulled a card that I knew garners millions of dollars, like, I would probably faint. I don't even know. What would your reaction be?
I feel like I'd be shocked. Like, I'd be, like, silent. I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, I'd be at a loss of words. My caption would be like DSTs this morning pulling the Trevor Lawrence, except like
times 10.
Times 10, yeah, exactly.
What do you think? Like, we're not sure what the cut is gonna be to the three gentlemen, but what do you think you would do with the money that you got from that card?
Obviously, I put some of it away, obviously, but I definitely think I would buy my own house. That would be the first purchase.
Yeah?
Probably, honestly, I would just buy a house and then set the other, whatever's left.
See,
aside.
Like I said...
And I don't need, like, anything extravagant. Like, I wouldn't go and be like, oh, I got $1 million, I'm going to go buy $1 million house. Like, I wouldn't do that. Like, I would buy... Like,
you want a ranch? A functional ranch? You want a 2-story? You want something, right?
Something with space, just something that... something where I have a big backyard, I guess. Patio.
You sound like you're ready for a family. You sound like you're getting set for that.
Well, you know.
Yeah, well, we won't go there, but hey, we got Moosey in the chat right now. We're taking a look at the live Twitch chat. Obviously, thanks for chatting with us, guys. Moosey here, longtime friend of the show. He said, if I got that card, I would relieve every bit of stress I've had over money, and I think that's a very diplomatic way of putting it.
Yeah.
But I can't blame him.
Yeah, and I get that. I mean, sometimes times are tough, and then it's
Yeah.
just like that card hits you, and you're like, whew, stress free.
I mean, I make the joke. It's a bad joke, obviously, but I make the joke that, you know what, when I see a car coming, if I'm walking in front and they're like, whoa, 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 I'm like, let them hit me. I got student loans to pay. So there you go. I think I would definitely take away the student loans for sure before, or if I had that card and was garnering that kind of money, because that's just, it sounds like he's probably going to funnel it back into collectibles. I would definitely want to buy myself something nice.
That
too?
Yeah, I would. Now that I think about it more, I'd probably do the same thing. I would probably buy like courtside seats to a basketball game,
Yeah,
or something
right?
like that.
Yeah,
Maybe-
absolutely.
Maybe club seats to like a Bills game. Like, I don't know, something cool.
Don't pigeonhole yourself. Maybe the Super Bowl, club seats to the
Yeah,
Super Bowl,
true.
which the Bills will be in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So right now, we actually want to play for you the clip of the LOGOMAN actually getting pulled. So check that out right now. We're going to roll that.
My heart is beating so fast right now.
Get this clip ready. Clip it.
Let's go be great,
Get
guys.
ready, boys.
Let's go be great. Oh my God.
No.
Go ahead.
And now we're gonna head to our second guest of the day, Andy Broome of CSG. Just to give you a little background, the joy of finding a high-end rookie card is undoubtedly one of the best feelings in this hobby, especially when the name attached is Tom Brady. I'm not going to say he's the GOAT, but Tom Brady. He probably is the GOAT. There are over 40 Brady rookie choices on the market, including the 2000 Skybox Impact number 27, which, with my research, sells for a couple $100 on eBay. Recently, somebody tried to pull a fast one as CSG received a counterfeit 2000 Skybox Impact number 27 Brady rookie. To talk more about this, we are happy to have Andy Broome, the senior grading finalizer of CSG, with us. Andy, thanks for taking the time to join us, and good morning.
Andy's connecting.
Andy is currently connecting. We are ready for...
And we're connecting. There he is.
There he is. Andy,
Hey, guys.
how's it going this morning, Andy?
Great. Excuse me. Great. How you doing?
Very good. It's nice to have you on the show.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I love the background with the card. It's pretty sweet. Onus Wagner. Awesome.
Thank you.
And those cards behind you are real, I'm taking, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's a representation of most of the known T206 Wagners.
Awesome. Just quickly, before we get rolling into the Brady counterfeit topic, just explain a little bit. What is your role at CSG?
So I'm the senior grading finalizer. Was my title. I'm head of CSG. So I'm head of our graders and CSG as a whole. But my primary job is to develop and maintain the grading team.
Awesome. And just it kind of explained to the viewers, how long of a process was it to determine that this Brady rookie card that came in, how long did it take to determine that it was a fake?
Excuse me. I like to look at counterfeits in a class system, meaning, there's a first class, second class, third class, and that's based on the quality of the counterfeit. This wasn't an obvious, what I would call a third class, kind of the what we see, some of the homemade counterfeits, the really obvious ones that you can even see a lot of times online in an image. This was more like a second class. So this one, in the card saver, it definitely looked fine. But it was once the card was out, excuse me, we were able to determine quickly, just based on the stock being incorrect and the print quality, that it was counterfeit. And so what we do here at CSG is when we have something like that, especially if it's a card we don't see a lot of them, we do see a lot of fake Brady's. This particular card, I've only seen a couple of fakes here in the last year or so of this one. So we'll actually use some more advanced technology that we have. We have some forensic devices that, machinery that we use, where we can examine a card under different types of light, different wavelengths of light. We even X-ray spectrometer if needed. That we don't need for something like this. But once we were able to look at this under some different light sources and wavelengths, we could definitely see the major differences. And that's what we show, when we put out our articles, to educate the market on counterfeits and alterations. You'll see, like, this is a great example, the Brady we're talking about, where we should show a few different images where we have multiple wavelengths of UV or black light, as it's commonly known, and so we can see those differences between a real version and a fake version. So we had a real card in hand that we can test against with this card, and so we were able to see those differences. But back to your original question, this one was I wouldn't call it an obvious one. It was obvious once we had it out of the holder and our graders were able to handle it and examine it.
So I'm curious, Troy here. I wanted to ask, how often do you see cases of fakes? Is it a common thing? Is it more uncommon? Just for someone who out there who might be watching who may not know.
Yeah, unfortunately, we see counterfeits and altered cards pretty much on a daily basis. Unfortunately, we do see more altered than we see counterfeit. But what I've seen, I've been professionally grading now. This is my 23rd year, and I've noticed in the last 2 to 3 years that the counterfeiters are getting more sophisticated. We've seen the last 10 years, especially cards coming from overseas. We're seeing certain like 90s basketball inserts that are high quality fakes. This is good, good quality stuff. It's they're getting better and better, but we're starting to see that filter down now into the more modern cards like the Brady. We're also seeing more counterfeit, some of these finest refractor cards. I just saw a Kobe yesterday. It was a gold refractor that is completely counterfeit. Even had a counterfeit peel on it, which the peel wasn't correct, but nevertheless, I mean, they are getting more sophisticated. So we still see more altered than counterfeit, but the counterfeits are definitely getting more sophisticated.
Counterfeit Kobe, that hurts, as I'm wearing the Kobe shirt today.
I know, right?
24 forever.
It digs in a little extra there, right? A little twist of the knife.
So Andy, just another question for you. How do you believe these frauds make these counterfeit cards? Like, is there a certain process that they have to do? Like, how do you feel that they make these?
Yeah, there again, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying about this is something that I it's not an official hobby thing, but I classify counterfeits into 1, 2, and 3. And there's different types that are being made. Your low end, your class 3 counterfeits. Most of those are nothing more than being printed by an individual at home on a computer and a conventional home printer. Excuse me. And there's different degrees. There's some super obvious ones that any person that's been in cards for any length of time can spot. But even some of the homemade jobs are getting better. The people are putting more effort into trying to find a stock that's closer, things of that nature. But on the other end, what I would call a class 1 counterfeit are quite sophisticated. These aren't one-offs like the homemade. These are done on a professional scale. These are cards that are being printed on sheets, just like the original cards are printed. So they're being printed on sheets and being cut with machinery with blades rather than hand cut. So it runs the gamut. There's all types. We don't see the high end, the class ones as often, but like I said, even the homemade ones where people are making one-offs with home computers and whatnot, even those are sometimes getting a little more sophisticated.
Whew.
More effort, I guess I should say, is being put into them.
Yeah, which is amazing because I know, you see deep fakes with like pictures and that all the time. So the fact that they're getting even more sophisticated than this is just, that's tough because, people just trying to collect out there who may not know exactly what to look for. Somebody who might be just a beginner collector or somebody who just, kind of wants to have some cards, especially if it's a kid, which kind of leads me into my next question here is, what do you think collectors should look out for when they are buying things from third party? Kind of give us a little insight into that for people who may not know.
Yeah, I think there's two parts to that. In hand, in person, you're at a show or a shop or whatever. The best way to build that knowledge to be able to detect these counterfeits is just handling cards. And I know that sounds very basic or generic, but it's true. We were talking about the T206 Wagner when I came on. That card was printed on the same sheets as common T206 cards. So the technology used, the print that was used, the stock, the inks, all are identical. You have a Dots Miller T206 and you have a Honus Wagner T206. For all intents and purposes, other than the image of the player, they're exactly the same. So by handling common T206s, studying them under the proper loops and proper lighting, learning how they're made, that gives you a feel. You start to get that muscle memory of, okay, I recognize what a real one is, and now I can recognize when something's not right. So if I handle enough common T206s, if a Wagner's ever presented to me, I'm most likely going to pick that up almost instantly. So, that's the first part of that is handle as many cards as you can of the types of cards you're collecting or you're going after. Learn what they look like, learn what they feel like, learn what they look like under the proper loop, magnification. Online, it's obviously a lot trickier. And sometimes even when you do your due diligence, you're still going to get a card sent to you that, may picture a real card, but they send a fake card. So, online's a little trickier. It's more, I always say it's more about the seller, learning about the seller. Shop the seller, not the card when you're online, because you can't see it in hand. That knowledge only goes so far when we're dealing with, something online.
Yeah, very much so. I think that's great.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. If you see someone that has like a random name on eBay that like just doesn't look right, I feel like you shouldn't buy from them. Just personal opinion there. But anyways, my personal last question for you. I don't know if Troy has any others for you. When a card is sent into CSG, what is the overall experience that you can guarantee for your consumers?
CSG, we offer several things that our competition's not offering. And one of the things that I love being able to tell customers is that we have a buyback guarantee on our grading. We guarantee our grading. I know traditionally some grading companies have done that and they've changed or they've discontinued that. But we do have a written guarantee. We guarantee cards are not overgraded, and we guarantee that cards are authentic. So that's definitely one thing that we can guarantee our customers. Part of the experience is you don't have to worry. Aside from knowing our expertise, our history, 35 years in grading collectibles, that our company history is there, but also we have a written guarantee.
Awesome. Well, Andy, I just want to say thanks for pointing out the fakes to us, so we know what's real.
Yeah. Now I feel like I got a little better eye on it.
Yeah, that's what it's about, and that's a big thing for us at Certified Collectibles Group is education. It's the education of the market, because the more educated the market is, and the more savvy that collectors and dealers are, the stronger the hobby is. We've all seen, you guys, you've been in this for a long time. We've seen this evolution of the market over the years. And, since the pandemic, we've seen so much what I call new blood, new people into the industry, whether they're just new collectors or they're new dealers or new people trying to start their own business or whatever. And so, they're starting fresh. They don't know all these things that we've seen over the years, and the amount of counterfeits and alterations that are out there, and some of the the dirty games that go on. And so, for us, education is really important. We try to put out these articles on counterfeits and alterations because, the more educated our customers are, the better we can serve them.
Great. Well,
yeah, that makes sense. And, we really appreciate you coming on the show and giving us your knowledge, giving us basically increasing our card IQ, I would say. Right, Troy?
I feel a little smarter.
I also feel smarter. But
that's great.
Andy, we appreciate your time on the show, and thank you, like I said, for shooting us your knowledge. And I guess we'll be hearing from you soon, possibly.
Yeah, sounds great, man. Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, now we are going to turn to the recap of what happened earlier this week in sports and what is about to happen tonight. First off, we want to talk about the Warriors.
Yes, the Warriors.
Warriors, big win on Monday night in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. They took down the Celtics once again, 104-94 in the Bay. They now have the series lead 3-2.
I said before the series started, I said Warriors in 6. The toughest game is ahead of them because Boston is a very tough place to play, but I'm going to stick with Warriors in 6.
You hear that? He's doubling down, folks. Warriors in 6 right there. And Curry, after that big 43-point game in Game 4, he comes back Game 5, rather quiet, 16 points.
Yeah, and it was his first playoff contest without a three-pointer in 132 games. Think about how many games that is to not make at least one three-pointer. But lucky enough, he had Wiggins with 26, Clay with 21, and Poole added 14. Those 3 guys have really stepped it up in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. And, before we get to Curry there, I did want to just mention, if Curry does win, this is going to be his 4th championship.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think from a standpoint where if he gets another Larry O'Brien, what do you think this does for the value of his cards?
I think it only goes up.
Yeah.
If you go on eBay or one of these sites, his rookie autos are thousands. If you get an RPA, it's thousands. And another title, just show me the money. It's
Seriously.
just going to skyrocket.
Yeah. The greatest 3-point shooter for sure of our generation, but obviously of all time. The accolades are there. So you're right. And I feel like now's the time. If you can sneak in a Curry, you better try, because I think after he takes home that trophy, if he does, we still got to give Boston a chance here.
It's possible.
But I think if he takes home another one, it's just going to go through the roof.
No, I agree. And then, you look at guys like Poole and Wiggins right now, they keep playing as well as they are. Their values are probably going to go up too.
Yeah, I would agree. The other night, Poole, 14 points in 14 minutes. He played 14 minutes, so he literally scored a bucket a minute.
Yep.
But yeah, his cards right now, you can find them dirt cheap, to be honest with you. I was looking at some of his comps, and his just raw, the rated rookies from the Dunross, the Optic, and Prism rookies, the parallels, they're going for $20 to $30.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Great, yeah.
Because
for the season he's had.
Right, because I feel as though, I looked him and his minutes are going up.
Mm-hmm.
His time, his points are going, he
everything
seems like he's
is trending
in the right
everything
direction.
Is trending up with him.
Yeah.
Points, assists, minutes, everything.
Yeah, so, 3rd-year guy, young guy, I feel like he's found a spot on this team, so I feel as though we got to start investing in him now.
Buy Jordan Poole.
Buy Jordan Poole.
Stonks.
Yeah, we're going to be Mad Money here. But yeah, seriously, Jordan Poole, I think, definitely someone to invest in now, because it seems like his role with the team is growing. And, obviously Curry, Clay, and Draymond are not going to be there forever.
Right.
So if they can build that core with, Wiggins, even though I know he's an 8-year veteran, but Poole and James Wiseman as well.
I was just about to mention his name.
Can't forget about him. So if they can keep them around, I think so. Now's the time. Get in on your Poole cards.
Yep. Game 6 winner.
I think Golden State has their back against the wall too. I think they're just smothering them.
I put it this way: Boston's paying a lot of attention on Curry. Like they're basically just face guarding Curry, and it's just opening holes for Clay, for Wiggins, for Poole. Even I mean, Draymond had 8, and he hadn't been doing anything in this series. Like it's opening positions for these guys to score, and quite frankly, I think Boston is just like one tiny piece away. I feel like just one tiny piece. So I think the Warriors take it. The Warriors are 9-3 in Game 6s since 2012-13 season, and in Game 6s, just from my FanDuel players out there, Curry, it has 26.8 points per game, 4.2 threes per game in Game 6s. Meanwhile, Klay Thompson also has 20.7 points per game and 4.2 threes per game in Game 6s. These guys have played in 12. Steph and Klay have played in 12 career Game 6s. They both have 53 pointers in 12 Game 6s. So take that knowledge with whatever, but I'm going Warriors.
Yeah. I quickly want to loop back to Wiggins too. I think we got to mention him, pulling off that double-double the other night, but he's another one. His cards. I mean, a couple PSA 10 Prism rookies recently sold for $80. And then you're still looking at too. I found a blue silver Prism. It was a BGS 9.5. Same thing, $80. So is he another one? Is he another one that we should be looking into investing right now? Because does he stay with the Golden State Warriors? Do they keep winning titles with that team? Because I mean, if they can keep that team together, who's going to stop them in the West?
Right. And not to, sort of change the player, but who knows? There's all that talk about LeBron wanting to go to Golden State possibly and play with Curry. I don't believe a second of it, but if he is traded, is Wiggins a part of that trade deal?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I don't believe any of the LeBron to Golden State talk, but hey, I'm just, devil's advocate.
I think that's fair. Yeah, Wiggins too. Some graded rookie autos I found, 9 to 9.5 BGS, 200 to 280. So, you know what I mean? Like he's a guy where I feel like right now you could kind of get into him for relatively cheap, and he could soar. He's a risk investment, but I don't know if it's that much of a heavy risk if he stays with Golden State.
No, I agree. I mean, obviously, if you bought like when he got drafted by Cleveland and traded to Minnesota, his career was already off to a rocky start.
Sure.
Getting traded right off the bat.
Yeah.
So that was tough for him. If he can latch on in Golden State, win a couple titles, it does a lot for, the investment of buying into him.
Yeah. And seems like he's found a home. And back to your point about LeBron too, I do want to say that I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
I think right now he's going to coast until Bronny gets drafted. He's going to go where Bronny gets drafted. He's going to play a year or two with him.
Yep.
And he's going to call it a career.
Sounds like the exact career path I was thinking of.
Right. Which on the card market too, don't forget, we got to look out for Bronny soon.
Bronny.
He's coming. Just saying. Keep up with that. Game 6, Thursday night, 9 p.m. Let's see if the Warriors can cap it off. I'm sure we'll have a recap on Friday's show for that.
Absolutely.
All right. And then next up, the moment we've all been waiting for.
Yes.
Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1. But before we get to that, I think let's take a moment, and here's what we're going to do. I'm going to describe. I'm going to give you details on the giveaway.
Yes.
Let me tell you what's going on with the
giveaway.
giveaway.
Describe it, Troy. Describe it for the viewers.
In detail. So here you see, there's a box in front of my face. So yeah, here's Upper Deck, sealed by Upper Deck. Here's what we're going to do. It's a box of 2021-22 Series 2 hockey. We're going to talk about the cup. As we're talking about the cup, David and I are going to split up the packs. 24-pack box, 12. We'll rip. We'll see what Young Guns we get. We see what French variants we get. We'll check that out. Make sure that you are subscribed to the DA Card World YouTube. It's going to be very pertinent and important to the giveaway. Why? Because we're going to be giving away the cards that we rip, but also we are going to give away a sealed box of the Series 2 that I have here. Make sure you are checking that out. We'll have the episode up in its entirety on the YouTube page after we go off the air. What you're going to do is we want you to go in the comments below and comment who you think is going to win game 1. If you're correct, you'll be entered into a random. The top 2 winners will get the packs that we opened, as well as the sealed box. 2 winners, sealed box, packs. Comment on the YouTube. Make sure you're doing that. I think I got it all here. Yes. One last note. YouTube. Our late night breaker, Pete Costello, his episode of The History of the Young Guns will be up at 1 p.m. later today on our YouTube. So, before we get in, Meerkat dear, could you bring me a cutter?
Meerkat.
The one thing I forgot on the show, ladies and gentlemen, his arm, social media manager, Meerkat right there, his arm. All right, we've got the cutter. Let's get the box going here.
So anxious.
Are you?
A little bit.
Don't be. It's fun. Good
It's
time.
fun. It's fun.
Fun.
I just, you never know what it's like Forrest Gump said, you never know what you're going to get.
Life is like a box of chocolates. There's the packs. Look at them fresh.
You never know what you're going to get.
I'm gonna warn you right now. My hands are a little sweaty.
Oh, mine are. It's sweaty palm season.
It is sweaty palm season. All right.
So you're going to slide me a couple?
I will. I have T-Rex arms, so I will try to reach you as. There we go.
Thank you.
All right. There's your packs. Look, empty box, gone. I'll pick that up later.
Almost hit me in the face.
Did I really?
No.
I was gonna say, did it? I thought maybe it like tailed or something. All right. So game 1 tonight, 8 p.m. Let's look at the matchup. I mean, who you got?
I feel like all my series are in 6, all my winners, but I like Colorado in 6. I feel Tampa Bay is good enough where they're going to win games because they've been here before. That's my biggest worry with Colorado is they haven't been in the Cup in a while, and they got some young guys, so I don't know, but I'm still going Colorado. Their talent level is just off the charts. Nathan McKinnon, I feel like, is going to have a series. That's all I'm going to say.
Now, look, we got some Seattle cards in Series 2. That's nice. I don't remember if the Kraken were in Series 1.
Here's a good one, Tyler. You got a little Tristan Jarry upper deck canvas.
Nice canvas. Love
Nice
that.
little canvas, Tristan Jarry.
Good
Shout
luck.
out to my 412 boys watching the show today.
The Yinzers.
The Yinzers would love this one.
Got our first young gun here. Check
There we
this
go.
out. This one is going to be Jonas Roundberg. You guys never want to be that up close on my face. A face only a mother could love, but there's our first young gun right there. For the Knights. Check that out. Love that. So I wanted to talk about your point where you said, Colorado hasn't been to the finals too much. Yet, they are 2-0 in Cup appearances. They won in 95-96, and the only other time besides 2022 that they appeared in the Cup was 2000, 2001, and guess what? They won that one too.
Yep.
So they are 2-0.
And I'm telling you, I got a chance to see them this year when they were in Buffalo.
Okay.
They are so fast. It is just ridiculously crazy. Going back to my point on Nathan McKinnon, and just to kind of give you a hint, how high up the Young Guns are on the list for cards, I found an Upper Deck Young Guns McKinnon rookie, PSA 10, and the winning bid was $1,175. That was June 12th, so just a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Then, a day before that, another card, basically the exact same card here.
Oh, wow.
Shane Pinto of the Senators, 166 out of 250. Nice little superstar card here.
Yes, those are nice.
My man Tyler's doing great. Not to show my ugly mug on the face and just focus on the card.
Oh, that's a nice looking card too.
I agree.
So I wanted to go back to the 2001 team because that team was stacked. Listen to this: Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, Ray Bork, Adam Foote, Rob Blake, Milan Hayduk, Tanguay, Sabres legend Chris Drury,
Yes.
and Patrick Waugh was on that. Just loaded.
That was Bork's first cup. First
That
and
was.
only, right?
Yeah, that was the famous call. Raymond
Yep.
Bork
Ray
after
Bork.
so many years.
I'll show this one too. It's a Dazzlers. Just looks pretty cool. Roop hints. It just looks cool. I don't know. It's nice little.
The Dazzlers are nice cards.
Yeah.
I got one for you. We're making Tyler run back and forth. But I got my second Young Gun. Take a look there. That's Oscar Steen. It will be Oscar Steen. There it is. That's Oscar Steen. For the Bruins there. Nice little Young Gun. So I got 2 Young Guns so far. Have you pulled a Young Gun yet?
No, I got a portrait. That's a rookie. Tanner Janot. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, Tanner Jeannot. That's a good one.
You know,
He was in his Young Guns in Series 1 though.
Yeah.
But obviously he was highly touted defenseman.
Did I say Janot?
Janot.
Did I say
Janot.
that?
Juno?
Tomato.
Yeah, same thing, right? I'm sure we're getting blasted in the Twitch chat, but
Yeah.
it's fine. I mispronounce things all the time.
I could see one of my buddies probably watching right now saying I mispronounced a word, and he mispronounces everything.
Hey, not to sound like a dad, but call me Butter. Because I'm on a roll, baby.
Oh my goodness! Did you get another one?
Look, I got another Young Gun.
I got an.
This one's William Lockwood.
I got marquee rookies. Marquee
I
rookies.
hate looking at
Opeachy.
myself that close up. Putting the card in front of my face. There you go. 3 Young Guns, though. I got 3 out of the 6. You got to catch up.
I'm trying here.
I'm
sir.
trying.
Trying
yeah.
my hardest.
So you were looking at Nathan McKinnon. Guy I was looking at that I think you need to watch this series. 15 points in 17 games. Steven Stamkos.
Yeah. No, Stamkos is. If they win, it's gonna be because of him and Vasilevsky.
I mean, the captain is looking to become a 3-time Cup winner. Obviously, after winning the previous 2. His Young Guns right now, a raw Young Gun, sold for between $130 and $150. That's from the 08-09 Upper Deck. I can't remember if he was Series 1 or Series 2, but it's from 08-09 Upper Deck. But I think he's another one. I think it might be time to invest. You know what I mean? Because he's another. If he wins another cup, I mean, he's already a surefire Hall of Famer.
Mhm.
But 3-time Cup winner, 3 times in a row, he'd be unbelievable. So, I mean, the guy you got to look out. In the midst of the playoffs, too, I looked. A Gem Mint 10 PSA did go for $730, one of his Young Guns.
Tyler, we actually got another. I'm getting all the canvas cards. So
I'm getting all the Young Guns.
Yeah.
You're getting all the canvas.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
So Dawson Mercer of the Devils, Upper Deck Canvas. These cards have a really cool feel to them. I mean, it's called canvas for a reason. I mean, it feels like a canvas painting. So,
Yep.
Pretty cool card. Let's see.
I was looking too at Stamkos autos, and interesting note here is like non-rookie ones, non-high-end products. You can snag his auto for like $40-50,
Mm-hmm.
which in my opinion is insane. Like to me, that's he's a collectible player. He's a 50-goal guy. He's a big scorer. He's a big name. So the fact that you can get $40-50 autos, why not?
I got a Young Gun.
He got a Young Gun.
No, I didn't. I got another canvas.
Jordan,
Jordan.
take me out like that.
Jordan Eberle, Seattle Kraken card.
That's right. Jordan Eberle.
Upper Deck Canvas, another canvas.
I thought you were.
I'm sorry.
Because you always remember your first Young Gun that you pulled. And I
Yeah.
was excited for him.
I'll remember it, once it happens.
Once it happens.
Just a few stats, because I was talking about, my boy Nathan McKinnon over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are all bases. All right. Oh, wait. No, I'm wrong.
Did he do it?
We have a Young Gun.
Woo! Yeah, come on, give it up.
Let's go.
David,
Let's
first
go.
Young Gun.
And it's, of course, a guy I cannot even come close to pronouncing. Vasily Podkolzin from the Canucks. I think that's your name. That's what we're going to roll with.
I know that guy.
One of my young guns here. My first young gun, and I'm going to remember your name because I can't pronounce it.
You're gonna remember his name because he was your first young gun.
Yes.
I think you should buy his jersey now. That's how much of a fan you are.
Yeah, maybe he'll get traded to Buffalo.
Perfect. Buffalo, I'll tell you right now, not to get off on a Buffalo tangent, but they are a piece or two away,
They're
I
building.
think, for being a contender.
Oh,
Ooh. Got myself a little UD Portraits rookie for Arizona.
okay.
Let's see if I can pronounce this guy's name.
Maybe we are onto something because I got the same guy in the Superstar 2020 or 21-22 honor
That's your
roll.
guy now. I'm
So
telling you.
this guy is okay. Book it. I'll get his jersey. He's coming to Buffalo.
Bang.
Believe
And then
me.
you'll wear it on our Jersey Fridays, right?
Yes.
So this one is Ivan Prosvetov.
Yeah.
Ivan Prosvetov.
And you know what,
Huh?
Troy? As we keep talking about, Buffalo and this guy, I keep pulling. Like the first card I see in every pack is like a Sabres card. So I'm just saying, we might be onto something.
Something's going on here. That's what. So I'll tell you right now, as a person who's done some breaks before, and I think Steve can attest to this, and Jersey John, probably Sean. There's always those guys in each sport that will follow you. Like as you break, you're gonna pull. There's gonna be a guy that you just continue to pull. So maybe this is your guy,
Maybe.
which hopefully he pans out.
So I also have like 3 O-Pee-Chee marquee rookies. The one dude, Jake Leishman. A lot of Y's in the name. And then Cole Perfetti from the Jets. So 2 pretty interesting O-Pee-Chees here.
Listen, I don't want to brag.
Yes, you're killing me. I know. Oh my goodness, dude.
Hey,
I'm down to my
Another
last
one.
pack.
another one, another one. I was like, hold it still, darn it. Stop moving. That is Moritz Seider. Young gun. I got 4 young guns here. Just saying.
All right. Well, this is my last pack.
Oh, me too. Oh, we're down to the last pack. Hold on.
Should we just go one by one?
We'll go together here. Together forever and ever to part. Rick Astley, look it
All
up. Great song.
this together.
Oh. Well, High School Musical? All right.
It's sports, I guess.
Okay.
How dare you, Tyler? Did you ever call High School Musical sports?
Another-
Sports. Oh,
Just another marquee rookie.
I got the.
Wait, let's see the marquee rookie.
So the marquee rookie is Moritz Seider from the Red Wings.
Oh.
So not bad. Lots of marquee rookies in my pile. 1 young gun. Okay, Troy, go ahead. How many young guns did you get?
No, so not a young gun, but I know everybody always looks out for this in the boxes, and it's very tough because the writing is very small.
Mhm.
I got myself a French variant
Ooh.
of Maxime Comtois. So what better player to get a French variant of than Maxime Comtois? How about that? The French variant. Say, why do I keep clicking? What am I doing? I don't know. But there you go. Last pack magic, as Steve would say. Little Comtois French variant. So there you go.
Awesome.
That's it. That's the rip.
That is the rip. I forgot to say all my stats about Nathan McKinnon that I was so excited
Fire
about.
off some stats. I want to
Okay.
hear them.
So, in game 1s, this is just for my FanDuel people, like I'm saying,
For the fan duel.
he averages 2 points per game in game 1s. And that's going back to basically his rookie year.
Wow.
Since he's been in the playoffs, game 1s, he's averaging 2 points per game.
Yeah. Not saying they're going to sweep them too, but I think it is worth mentioning that the Avs have swept 2 of their opponents in their path to the Cup this year. So definitely something to look out for. I mean, that Western Conference final, crazy amount of offense. So, Vasilevsky, very, very good. But is he good enough to stop the offense of Colorado?
It's going to be the talk of the Cup. Can Vasilevsky stop the high-powered offense?
All right. Well, that's how we're going to leave it for you today. We're out of time. thank you for joining us on the chase. We will be back on Friday. We teased it earlier. We will be talking to Chad and Johnny Stone about their Mac Jones Black Finite 1 of 1 that they won, or excuse me, that they ripped and opened and sold. So, for Troy,
For David.
I'm Troy. I think it's time to go. Hey,
Yep.
just remember, it's all about the chase.
Don't forget to comment on YouTube.